Yes, 5 altogether. 2 knee joints, 2 hip joints, and an elbow. Well, they should be there. Will you check again? Right.
Run out and get me a telegraph, will you? My left-wing comprehensive paper boy delivered the Guardian.
Rex, we've got 6 arthritis cases in this morning and the spare parts haven't arrived. What am I going to do?
Go to the newsagents on the corner.
Well, what about the arthritis cases?
Just lock them into position somewhere. They're not going to go anywhere by themselves. I'll be checking the bone hackers, nice and blunt.
Hello, Mr. Regis. I thought it was you I saw.
No, it's you I saw.
I don't know. I'll have to try something else. Right. Mrs. Warrington, back to see us again.
It's my other knee this time.
Oh, well, we'll soon have you moving.
Will Mr. Regis be doing it again this time? Only last time I was only given a local anaesthetic, and I shall never forget it. I heard everything during the operation.
That must have been very distressing for you here in the cutting.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. He spent the whole operation singing along to a record. The Joint is Jumping by Fats Waller. Couldn't I have a general anaesthetic this time?
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you.
Phil, they want you on the wall.
Oh, sweet mother.
And Mr. Regis said, will you get in some jelly babies while you're out?
We better do that first. He'll be better once he's had something to bite the head off.
Michael, we can't get the spare parts.
Well, it serves them right for buying those expensive German knees. Beth, get on to Queen, see if there are any joints they can let us have. Right, now, what have we here? Knee, elbow. What's this?
Severe mobility of both hands. Dr. Russell's prescribed a course of drug therapy.
His notes on here.
She's taken them with the x-rays.
Why, is there a problem?
Search me.
What did she say?
She wants to consult with you straight away. What?
Oh, come on, Beth. Do I have to spell it out for you?
Yep.
What was she, you know, did she look excited?
She looked demented.
You see?
What?
Look, you remember when you and your husband...
Tom.
Yeah, you remember when you were getting close to each other and you thought the time was right and he thought the time was right? Who made the first move?
He did.
Right, but he couldn't come right out with it, could he?
No, I told him to put it away until the film started.
It's just a pretext to get me over there.
Oh, yes.
That's why she ran out on me at the Founders' Ball, because she knows it's inevitable.
What is?
The inevitable.
The inevitable kick in the scrotum.
Where's a ton?
You leave that and take the other side. Quickly. That's better. Can't stand to have that thing in my office a moment longer. At least the people out here are sick already.
Hey, what about me?
I'm Diana Ewart. I'm the unit manager for this medical team.
Walter Lowe.
I'll get a doctor. Have you bleeped Dr. Brooke?
Twice.
You know, this is really rather inexcusable. A little early for a break, isn't it, Doctor? There's a man over there with a horrible hand.
Yeah, arthritis does that.
Arthritis? I didn't order any arthritis. What's he doing here?
They were booked in 6 months ago before the new system. All the rest are part replacements.
Why anyone would want to have arthritis is beyond me.
Mr. Lowe, I'm Dr. Brooke.
You're very young for a doctor, aren't you?
Well, not really.
Dr. Brooke, Mr. Regis is calling you.
Oh, yes. If you'll excuse me, I'll just have to go and finish my paper round.
Hi.
Oh, good. Come in. Just a moment. Now, I know you're going to say I've delayed and put all of this off for too long, but I've been thinking about it all night. I just couldn't sleep. I really do think the time has come.
Right.
I mean, if we don't do it now, it'll just drag on the way it is. Getting more and more difficult until we regret it.
Great idea. Where?
You've taken off your trousers.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
You want me to keep them on for this?
As a general rule, I want you to keep them on at all times. I have enormous faith in the tensile strength of brown nylon.
I'm getting confused. First you give me the come on, and then you change your mind.
The come on. Is that an official phrase in retarded adolescent circles?
Yes, it is, actually. It's the official phrase. You lock the door, and then you say...
Well, I know what I said.
What?
For your information, I was talking about this. I found it posted in my local supermarket. A boxing dinner to be held in the great hall of this hospital.
Yes?
Boxing, Michael. She is letting out our buildings to a crowd of wheezing, cigar-smoking Neanderthals who get their sadomasochistic jollies watching barbarous blood sports.
It's just a bit of fun.
What possible fun is there spending the evening getting a chicken tikka smothered in a blood and snot sauce while 3 feet away 2 human beings are trying to give each other brain damage?
Well...
I mean, how would you like to see 2 half-naked women up there battering the life out of each other? Okay, bad question. But this is a hospital. How can we condone deliberate, socially sanctioned injury done on these premises?
Oh, come on, Kate!
I'm going to fight her on this one, Michael. I'm going to bring it up at group meeting.
You're really fired up about this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And if she won't listen, I'll organise protests. I'll need your support.
You've got it.
Really?
Yes, I certainly agree with you. It's morally and ethically inarguable.
Yes, it certainly is.
Hello, Kate. Ah, there he is.
Phil.
Michael, I forgot to tell you, I got the boxing tickets. We can pick them up tonight.
Kate,
Thanks, Phil. But Dr. Jimson and I are finished now.
Hey, what about my shoes? They're £90 Timberlands.
There are quite a lot of cars in the car park. And one of them's calling
I see that went well.
Yeah. Give main reception a ring, will you? Tell them if they find a pair of anything rolling around the car park, they're probably mine. God, how could I have misread those signs?
It's a mystery to me what women want. They seem to say one thing and do another. I remember when I was 16, I asked my mum about girls. She sat me down, got out a copy of the Catholic Guide to Expectant Motherhood and said, "Here, son, it's all in there. And if I ever catch you reading it, I'll belt the living daylights out of you."
It's a bewildering business for all of us, Phil.
Especially for me. The first chapter was headed, "You have been touched by God." That confused me for years. I kept going up to girls saying, "Have you been touched yet?"
I don't know. For a moment there, before the boxing thing, I thought, yeah, well.
Maybe we should give the tickets back.
Why?
Well, she doesn't seem too keen.
Phil, let me tell you one thing I am sure of.
What?
When that match starts, come what may, I'm going to be there ringside. I'm going to have a disgusting meal, a cheap cigar, and then I'm going to watch 2 blokes battering each other's brains out until I'm baying for bits of their cerebellum splattered all over my face. And do you know why? Because I like that sort of thing.
They were embedded in a BMW. They're sending them up now.
Thanks. When will the spare parts be here?
They won't.
Why not?
Diane has refused to approve a payment for them.
Can't we put them on our metal hip card?
Well, I've got the theatre booked for this afternoon. What am I going to do?
Come on, Mrs. Scrooge will be waiting, so it's time to go haunting.
Ah, Rex, could I have a word?
What is it, Doctor? No, let me guess. You want a donation for the Socialists Save the Whale Unemployed Single Mothers Against Nuclear Weapons.
Didn't you forget vegetarian?
Oh, yes, those wretched vegetarians.
Normally I would riposte those attitudes, but on this occasion I'm prepared to bite my tongue.
Well, bite it off then and sit down. I'm reading.
Rex, I must confess, I have always thought of you as reactionary, right-wing, and indifferent to the finer qualities of humanity in any of its forms.
Thank you.
But even you, as someone who, in your deranged way, have chosen to administer to the sick, must appreciate that certain standards have to be maintained.
Agreed.
And that is why I am counting on your support.
Well, me support a physician.
Well, I think you'll find when you've heard what I am about to reveal, our differences will seem inconsequential.
Oh, yes.
Diana has let out the Great Hall for a boxing dinner. Rex, this is serious. You know that boxing has been shown to be a real medical risk to the individual.
So is painting a zebra on your bottom and waving it about in front of a starving leopard, but nobody makes it.
Oh, you mean they like to degrade themselves by having to bare their bodies and spend the evening trying to maim each other in front of a leering audience?
Of course they do. They love it.
So, you won't support me in protesting to Diana?
Why should I?
Well, what if someday they wheel into your theatre a bloodied wreck of a male body with retinal detachment, cerebral hemorrhaging and cheekbones poking through the purple skin of a mangled face? Rex, you are the lowest form of life on Earth, excluding only the herpes virus. And that's only because of your looks.
Hello there.
And where did you get these sweets from? They're all sticking together and they won't come out.
They probably heard of your reputation, Rex.
Why don't you buy yourself some barbed wire underpants and put them on inside out one day?
You're still driving that blue BMW soft top.
It's not a soft top.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, Diana, could we get straight down to business?
Of course. Now, I have some rather important figures to show you all. These are the amortized interim projections to year end, which, as you can clearly see, show a top-line cash flow shortfall between weeks 48 and 52.
That certainly jumps off the page at you, doesn't it?
Any doctor who can't read a simple financial statement has no business being in the modern health service.
So you see the position.
I think so. This is the creek, this is the paddle, and we are here.
Accurate in your colourful way, Dr. Jimson. Now, as things stand, we could only be funded for 10.5 months. Now, I know how committed you all are to making the system work. So I shall be asking you for help, for a few ideas for solutions.
How about an early closing day, accident and emergency?
Yes, we're considering that.
What?
But the situation affects all aspects of work at this hospital.
I understand all of that, Diana, but...
Something amusing you, Dr. Brooke?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you'd like to share this hilarious thought that has struck you with us all.
Well, it's just that I heard a rumour that...
Yes?
Well, at night time, when there's nobody there, we rent out the body scanner to farmers and they put pigs through them.
Where did you hear that?
They say it's to measure meat content, virility and brain size.
Perhaps we should run Rex through.
Oh, pigs!
I'd really rather not get distracted by pigs at this moment, if you don't mind.
Is it true, then?
The point is, we have to take steps to balance our expenditure and income.
I agree. For far too long, people have been squandering our resources for no good reason.
I think spending money to make sick people well is a pretty good idea.
Sick people, yes, but there's nothing sick about half the skiving scroungers we get in here. They just want to go into hospital.
Are you saying people come here for fun, Rex?
They come here because it's free. The NHS is the Salvation Army soup kitchen of the body. If it comes to a straight choice between having a Citroen ZX and having a cyst removed, they'd soon think twice.
Thank you for your support, Dr. Regis.
You always have that, Diana.
Now tell him why he can't have the parts for his joint replacements.
What?
Well, I'm afraid I've had to refuse payment to any outside agency at present.
What's the matter, Diana? Isn't the blood money you're getting for letting out the Great Hall enough?
What?
Kate!
No, I will have my say. I am talking about this.
Let me see that.
Yes. It's quite a shock, isn't it?
Certainly is. I thought it had all fallen through.
Oh, no, it's quite a sellout, actually, among a certain type of person.
Is this true?
Tell her, Phil.
All the tickets were gone by 10 this morning.
Well, I hardly know what to say. This is wonderful news. What? Thank you for drawing it to my attention, Dr. Russell. This means I can release the corresponding funds for spare parts immediately.
Yes, thank you from all of us, Dr. Russell. This means we'll be able to continue our treatments, all because this dinner is definitely going ahead.
Oh, I have to go. Is there anything else?
Not for the moment.
Right then.
Before you go,
Yes, Dr. Regis?
I don't suppose you're free any evening this week.
I don't think so, Dr. Regis. Is that all?
I shall be performing the knee replacements in the theatre with the spectators' gallery, in case anyone feels inclined to observe.
I really don't see what that has to do with me, Dr. Regis.
There'll probably be a lot of blood and cutting.
I may drop by.
I'll go and start the pre-meds then, shall I?
Okay, Phil.
Right.
Very good. I have to hand it to you.
The Great One concedes defeat.
I never concede defeat.
Well, you may as well, because this boxing dinner's definitely going ahead, and I'm going to be there ringside.
Well, I'm sorry about your shoes, though. I did rather let my feelings run away with me there. Are they all right?
They're built to withstand mud, rough terrain, and flying. They're just a bit scuffed.
Oh, let me take them and give them a shine for you.
You mean it?
Of course. What's the matter, Phil? Haven't you got enough fights to watch? Beth, I don't suppose you've any personal objections to them holding a boxing match in the Great Hall?
Kate, I've no personal objections to them holding one in my house, as long as I still get paid.
Does money have to rule everything we do these days?
Welcome to the 90s, Kate.
Beth.
They're sending them back up again.
Thanks.
Look, I really don't mind not going to this thing. I don't even like boxing. Not since I was 7 and Father O'Toole made me go 12 rounds with a Jesuit.
Oh, come on, Phil. It'll be great. Keith Brown's going, and that bloke from neurology.
Drumming up business, is he?
Oh, don't you start.
Yeah, well, Michael, maybe Kate's right.
Well, of course she's right.
Eh?
Well, that's completely grotesque, holding a boxing dinner in a hospital.
But you said that...
You don't think this is about boxing, do you?
Well, what do you think it's about?
You better go and get scrubbed up. Rex will be waiting for you.
You never give up, do you?
Nope. That's why I always win.
Where's Mr. Lowe?
He talked Nurse Banks into walking into the loo. Said it's only his hands that don't work.
Oh.
He can't grip anything, though. So she's in for a shock when they get there.
OK, make sure his injections are ready. I want to start him off straight away on the Depomedrone.
Will do. There we are, Mrs. Warrington.
It is a general this time, isn't it?
Yes, don't worry. Just relax now.
How long has that been there?
Since this morning.
Presented to the hospital by the artist, 1979.
Unusual, isn't it? You know what it is?
No?
I was at Christie's Contemporary Art for 22 years. You don't often see one of those.
Oh.
Oh, no, there aren't many.
Why not?
Well, he didn't start painting until he was 60. He's a primitive. Caused quite a stir at the time. Oh, what was I saying?
Caused quite a stir.
Oh, yes, then he suddenly stopped. He probably died. That makes the rarity value, you see.
How much would it fetch?
Hmm?
How much would it fetch?
Oh, last one at auction fetched...
Please, this could be important.
Eh?
How much did it fetch?
Oh, 90 or 100? Ah, 1,000.
What? No, please, don't take her yet.
Tell that to Mr. Regis. He's waiting.
You can't take her now. Wake up! Who's the artist? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello, President Nixon. I'm ready for the strawberries now.
God.
What are you doing with that panda? I don't think the Beverly sisters would like it.
Ah, there you are. Still looking pleased with your performance, I see.
I'm going to take my word for it. I'm still open for previews.
Cute. Well, this one looks tough on me, doesn't it?
Certainly does to me.
Just about the only thing I could do is find a way of making the hospital a vast amount of money so that Diana can afford to cancel the boxing dinner.
Well, I should warn you, if you're thinking of selling your body, the market is depressed. Was that an attempt at hollow laughter?
The laughter was normal. Your head must be hollow. If you'll excuse me, I have an urgent phone call to make.
The incision made and the retractors put into position, I am now going to prepare to cut away the bone and tissue.
It started something, really something.
All right, put her through. What, now? Well, I'm rather busy at the moment. Very well.
But we all bombs in the wagon come. Let it bleed!
So what is this great breakthrough, then?
You're going to be so sick when you find out.
Find out about what?
You think I'm going to tell you now, so you can hatch up some kind of underhanded sabotage trick?
Ah.
What?
Well, it's obviously not cast iron, then.
This is so cast iron, you could make it into a frying pan and use it to obtain a pleasing musical tone from your head.
So what's the harm in telling me, then?
All right. No, I don't think so.
What?
I can't trust you to play fair. Not a man who has "Here's the pork" printed on his jockey shorts.
Beef.
What?
Not pork, beef.
It's a Freudian slip, if ever I heard one.
Oh. You've heard of Freud, have you? Did he start making appearances on Noel's house party? I know perfectly well it said pork.
Beef.
Pork.
Beef.
Pork. Pork. Pork.
Can we keep off the subject of pigs, if you don't mind?
Oh, Diana, thank
Now,
you.
I do have some very pressing business, so what is this vitally urgent word that you need to have with me?
Well, if I could provide the unit with a considerable amount of money to help our deficit, would you agree that the revenue we're getting for the boxing dinner won't be needed, and under the moral circumstances could and should be cancelled?
What is this considerable amount of money?
Doctor, I'm just going back. Were you waiting for me?
If you'll just return to the ward, Mr. Lowe, and I'll be starting your therapy any moment.
Will you get my hands moving again?
Yes, I think it'll alleviate the condition a great deal.
Only I can't grip anything. I try, but I can't hold on to things.
Will you please go away? This involves a considerable amount of money.
If you'll just bear with me for a moment, Mr. Lowe, and I'll be right with you.
You know, I can't wait to get started on my painting again. And once I get started, there'll be no stopping me this time.
Yes, I'm sure there won't.
I did the painting in your ward, you know. Oh, yeah. And once I get started, I shall be painting for the rest of my life. I told this other doctor, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Russell?
Oh, stuff your stupid boxing dinner down your knickers!
Sometimes I think that woman is entirely deranged.
Yes.
There seemed to be something that patient said that unhinged her. Who is he?
Oh, he's just a painter and decorator. Used to work for the local health authority, painting hospitals. I was talking to him earlier.
Extraordinary. Where are you going with that?
It just fell off the wall. Lucky the patient's in surgery. I'll get it restrung.
Restrung? Have you any idea how much that would cost? Just throw it in the incinerator.
God, that was disgusting.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Great evening. Woman, well, aren't they harmful to your health? I should hope so. They only cost £2 for 5. Go on. Thanks. Keith?
Why not?
Beautiful. Here we go.
Oh, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first bout of the evening is a light heavyweight contest between, from Hendon, in the blue corner, Robert John McFarlane, and from Nantwich,
What? Only I don't want to be
right.
Well, what do we have here then?
Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight? What a quaint piece of terminology. Does that mean light or heavy?
Kate.
You'll forgive me if I don't smoke one of those. I have some asbestos in my bag to inhale later.
Excuse us.
What are you doing here?
Same as you. Phil gave me his ticket.
Why?
It's a free country, isn't it? And you told me this was going to be such fun.
Are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends?
Friends?
Keith here and Bill.
Bob?
Yeah, whoever.
I just wanted to be here. I wanted to watch you degrade the human spirit while you stoke up the fires of macho male bloodlust, so I could see you as you really are, Michael Jimson.
You can't hit me with that feminist claptrap.
It's starting.
Seconds away, round one. Seconds away, round 7.
This is not going to work, you know.
Oh, no?
That's it. Get in there. Keep your left going. Come on, you made your point. Now let's go.
No, you were so keen to come here.
Kate.
Okay.
Can we go now?
Hit him, for God's sake! That's it! Yes! Yes! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Come on! Call it a fight! I've seen better fights in a geriatric ward, you!
Kate, sit down. You all right? Come on, it's all over now.
Michael,
Yes?
how soon could we get back to my place?
This way.
I'm off now. Everything all right?
I think so, yeah. I wish you could be there to see what happens with Michael and Kate.
Why?
I think they might be getting back together again.
Yes, and pigs will fly.